yourself or to learn how to solo travel, one of the best things I think you can do for yourself is to start to solo travel or even live abroad. I remember at the time of this recording, it's almost New Year's, and it was 4 years ago on New Year's I flew to Thailand. It's my first time I ever went to Thailand, and solo. I didn't know anybody, and I went there and I trained Muay Thai, which is boxing, Thai boxing, and later on I actually fought in Thailand. I can make another video about that, but it was amazing. And so I always recommend people to start traveling. It doesn't matter, like if you're in 20s, if you're in your 30s and 40s, it is not too late for you to start traveling. I started traveling when I was in my mid, or I guess you could consider it late 30s. I was 30 or 36 or 37 years old, somewhere around there, when I started traveling internationally. Anyhow, it completely changes you. Like when I went to Thailand, and I experienced so much, you know. I was like bathing elephants, I was doing Thai boxing, I was around people who didn't speak the same language as me, I met new people, and then later on I ended up moving there. I ended up moving to Thailand, or I like to say I moved to Southeast Asia, because I also travel all around Southeast Asia, and Thailand was my home base. But I moved there for over 2 years. And so, and at the time when I did it, I think I was 41 years old. And that's why I say you're never too old to do anything. And it also reconfirmed to me, you're never too old to do anything. But anyhow, traveling alone, for me, it's not lonely. I think it's such a good way to connect with yourself. I saw this meme, and the meme said something like, afraid to be in a relationship because I have to give up solo traveling. And I started laughing because that's me. I've traveled around the world, and I absolutely love traveling by myself. And I've lived abroad now a few times, but it is such an amazing and wonderful experience. I think if you want to connect with yourself, start traveling alone, because there's no one there to distract you with the conversation. So you can't hide behind a conversation. You are alone in this country that you have never been to, maybe don't even speak the language. So it forces you to go, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I really want to see? You know, there's no one there to say, hey, let's do this, let's do that. What do you want to see? What do I want to eat? What's gonna really make me happy? And you start to really enjoy that time with yourself. And it's so funny because, you know, when I started solo traveling, people were like, what? Like, why would you do it? Like, I think it's become, the last few years, it's become more of a norm, or because of Instagram, it's like, oh, solo travel. But when I started doing it, I think because it wasn't so big on Instagram yet, or Instagram wasn't as big yet, and so a lot of people were like, why would you do that? And I was like, well, because I want to, and I'm not gonna wait till I'm partnered. And I think that's another thing, you know. It also trains your brain to be like, no, I'm not gonna wait till I'm partnered. Because some people are like, well, I want to travel, like for example, to Paris, but or I want to travel to, you know, Italy, but I can't do that to have a boyfriend or a partner. But I'm like, no, it trains you to say, hey, I'm just gonna have a great life regardless of if I am in a relationship or not. And so that is another reason also I always recommend to solo travel with people, to solo travel, because it also trains your brain to just go, I'm gonna have a great life, and I'm going to enjoy my life by myself. And because I do believe, like, you can't wait for someone to make you happy. In order to have have a happy life, you need to be happy with yourself and happy with your life. So anyway, going back to what I was saying before, I loved it, and that meme made me laugh so much because that's how I felt. But what I was saying was, people were surprised at first I was doing it. Besides the whole boyfriend thing or relationship thing, it was because I am a social person. You know, I can be very social, but I was like, no, I really want to do this for myself. I'm not gonna wait. And I end up just I have such a great time. And so I recommend it to people. Enjoy your own company, enjoy your own time, find out what it is you do like, and because life is all about experiences, right? Like at the end of the day, it is the experiences and the memories that you're gonna remember when you're like 90, 100 years old. Hopefully, if we get to that point, and you're gonna remember those experiences. You're gonna remember that time I went to Paris, or that time I went to Italy, or that time I went to Japan. And that's what you're gonna remember. And so if you're looking for a reinvention, or you're too scared to start solo traveling, don't be. Of course, do your research. Do your research. I always do my research, find out like places I should go, places I should maybe stay away from. But don't be scared to do it, because it also builds that muscle inside of you that you realize that you're pretty fearless and you could do whatever you want. I mean, I remember when I was in Barcelona, and it was I think like 5 or 6 o'clock a.m. and looking outside the balcony of my Airbnb, and I did yoga, and then I was looking outside my Airbnb, and I said, you know what, I'm so proud of you. You told yourself you're gonna go Spain, and here you are in this whole other country where you don't speak the language. You did it. And after that, I think it just made me more fearless in everything I wanted to accomplish in life. So don't be afraid to solo travel. No matter what age, no matter what. And if you choose to live abroad, and if you can, because I do recommend people live abroad, and it doesn't have to be forever. Like, and actually, for people who are really scared, like, you don't have to live abroad, give up all your things. You can just go away for like 6 months if you can, or even a month. Even a month in a new environment can really change how you see the world around you and yourself. It is definitely a time to connect with yourself. Okay, to the next one. Bye bye. I just want to clarify something. When I say you should just be happy by yourself, I meant like just learn how to be happy by yourself, whether or not you're in a relationship. Because I don't think it's healthy for me. I don't think it's healthy to depend on someone else, or to feel like my life is not fulfilled unless I'm in a relationship. And for me, I was just saying, I decided I'm not going to wait until I'm in a partnership to travel or to enjoy living my life. I'm all for partnerships, or if you choose to be single. I think this is your life, and I think you can be happy either way. But for me, I think it's healthy if you learn to be happy with your own life first, and not depend on a relationship or others to make you happy. Just wanted to put that in there.